Week 12 finally came to a close after the longest NFL week ever. A 6-day-long NFL week started on Thanksgiving, ended yesterday. Now then, Ravens and Steelers, we knew the game would be choppy and ugly. We knew it would not look very pretty. And the first half bore that out. Much of the game did. First half bore it out. But I told you when we left here yesterday that don't count the Ravens out in a rivalry game. And sure enough, the Ravens led after the first quarter. Okay, they led after the first quarter 7-6. I mean, this is how ugly the first quarter was. Big Ben throws a pick in the end zone on a fourth down from inside the 5-yard line where the Steelers are like, screw it, we'll go for it. Ben knew that the play was running out of time. He throws the pick in the end zone. For whatever reason, the Raven who picked it off, whose name escapes me right now, doesn't matter, ran the ball out instead of taking a knee. So now the Steelers defense can pin RG3's ears back, and he, sure enough, threw a pick six to Joe Hayden. Touchdown, but missed extra point. Ravens can't move the ball offensively, but the Steelers put the ball on the ground on a muff punt, give the Ravens a short field, which RG3 cashes in with Gus Edwards, who's starting at running back, because both Mark Ingram and J.K. Dobbins were the first to have COVID on this team on the offensive side of the ball. That started everything that led to, as we all know, a rescheduled Thanksgiving Day game, rescheduled 3 different times to Sunday to Monday to Tuesday, 4 different times, then to Wednesday. At any rate, it was ugly, and the Ravens' best chance to actually take, they could have taken the lead at halftime. Refs blew this one, man. I mean, there's no doubt the Steelers were lying on top of Gus Edwards as the Ravens, for whatever reason, you got to play better than the ref, I guess. I don't know why you're running the ball on the Steelers' defense with no time left. I guess you figured that you could run the ball and then get up and throw a quick pass play, and there was enough time in which to do that. But when Luke Wilson had the ball dislodged from him in the end zone with the time running down, there was only 4 seconds left on the clock, leaving the Ravens with no chance to even get Justin Tucker out there to kick a field goal and get some points to make it a 12-10 game at half. It left no time left, and the Ravens had no chance the rest of the game. I mean, how it was not obvious to all the officials that the Steelers were basically setting up a picnic early dinner on top of Gus Edwards with the time running down, how they could not just blow the whistle and say, enough of this. Actually, we're stopping. It's delay a game. Move the ball, I guess, a yard or a few inches. Stop the clock and give the Ravens some time. But you got to play better than the ref, and that wasn't the best clock management to run the ball down there. And the Steelers took care of business the rest of the way. And you know, at the end of the game, you know, Tirico and Collinsworth rightfully gave kudos to both teams. I mean, in the NFL and the pandemic, and we're all living in a pandemic right now, and we're all trying to figure out how to get from points A to B in our life every single day. And the NFL is a routinized operation. Coaches are the biggest control freaks on the planet. And to not know when you're playing a game and who's available to play a game and wonder why the NFL is making some of the decisions they're making. And you feel, I'm sure, all of you in the NFL that are on the wrong or on the decisions that the NFL is making you feel as an organization that you're being put upon. And then you as a coach are taking all this in but can't use it as an excuse. It's very frustrating. And so Tirico and Collinsworth both giving kudos to both teams as time ran out, I thought was very appropriate. And, you know, after the game, Mike Tomlin spoke to the press. And interestingly enough, you know, Mike Tomlin said the same thing. Like, you know, hey, I give kudos to my team for rolling with the punches and that they really didn't know which way was up. And you can't blame them for having a choppy game. Hold on a minute. I'm told it's the exact opposite. Oh, baby. Classic Mike Tomlin. Roll tape.
To be bluntly honest, man, I'm really disappointed in our performance tonight. We did enough to win, but that's all. It was really junior varsity, to be quite honest with you. And it was in all 3 phases. We couldn't run the ball effectively when we needed to. We dropped too many significant passes, very catchable, makeable passes. We didn't make significant plays in the special teams game. Our kickoff coverage unit wasn't good enough. We turned the damn ball over. We gave up big plays in critical moments on defense. Can't have it. They converted a long run on a possession down before the half. Unacceptable. They had a 70-yard touchdown late in the game. Unacceptable. And so we're fortunate tonight. It's good to proceed with the victory. I acknowledge that, but not a lot happened tonight to be proud of or to be excited about other than that.
Mike Tomlin, everybody.
Hey,
Wow.
that's what we wanted.
Now, again, you can't blame him for being salty, whether he had probably just heard that Bud Dupree, his top-notch pass rusher, and we'll talk about this with Albert Breer in a second, that Bud Dupree, in what appeared to be non-contact, went down with what is feared to be an ACL injury. And seeing Deontay Johnson drop a ball on a 3rd and goal earlier on in the game that led to just 3 points. And then to see Eric Ebron drop a ball on 3rd and goal earlier in the game in the first half that led to just 3 points. Or the aforementioned RG3 run that on a 3rd and long went half the field to set the Ravens up for that possible go-ahead touchdown that never happened at the end of the first half. Or, yes, I forgot to mention Penn State's favorite home run hitter, Trace McSorley, hit a home run.
Sure did.
Didn't make that swing and looking, though. I mean, he's not there yet. I guess.
Scoreboard.
Hit a home run with Hollywood Brown, who's been waiting to hit home runs. He's been waiting to trot those bases. Made it a game. And Big Ben had to float that 3rd down pass into Nate Washington, surrounded by 3 Ravens, in order to finally exhale. I understand why Tomlin would want to get something off his chest, and at least he got that off his chest, and later on, calmed down and kind of gave his team a little bit of credit. Oh, I'm told it's the exact opposite. He actually doubled down. Roll
Mike,
tape.
you had some red zone failures and a number of drop passes. What do you attribute that to? Anything in particular?
Us sucking.
Okay.
Mike
Tomlin, everybody. Us sucking.
Yeah, I don't think
Soundbite of 2020. I don't know. That's the Hail Mary of coaching soundbites of 2020. That's the clubhouse leader. How are you going to knock a head coach in the National Football League, one as decorated as Mike Tomlin, giving the answer to the question to what you attribute all of those drop passes and mistakes and miscues?
Us sucking.
Thank you. New drop.
2 words, 3 syllables.
Good work, Jay. Good work.
That's it. Us sucking. Yeah, why haven't we gotten to Albert Breer on time? You got that drop?
Us sucking.
Okay.
Jay, why didn't we get pizzas for the group?
Mm-hmm.
Us sucking.
Thank you. I mean, we're just getting started. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.